Hey virtual pilots, today we're taking a look at Navigraph's new G1000 Nxi plugin. If you're an existing Navigraph customer, this is really easy to install. Go to your Navigraph hub and you will see an option there to install the G1000 plugin. This will work with any of the aircraft that make use of working titles G1000 Nxi, including base aircraft included in the sim, like the Beechcraft Baron G58. You can see that we're making use of a third-party aircraft today, Simwork Studios Kodiak 100, because that makes use of working titles G1000 Nxi. This works absolutely natively with the plugin. So if I zoom us in on our MFD, you can see there is a new option on our soft keys on the bottom entitled Charts. If I click on that, that will bring up the chart for the airport that we're at. As always, the greatest airport in the world, Coventry. You can see, much like the all of the Navigraph charts, it overlays your aircraft on that chart, which is very handy. If you're interested in looking at a destination airport, let's say you're flying into London Heathrow, if we right click on the FMS rotary dial here, we can put our destination airport in. I'm going to cheat and use the keyboard inputs. Let's say we're going to Heathrow, so EGLL for Heathrow. By default, it's going to bring up our information chart. There's some handy options again on the soft keys down at the bottom. We can look at departures, we can look at terminal arrivals, we can look at approaches. Let's say we're interested in the ILS 427 left. We would click the approach soft key here. That will bring up a default chart. Again, right click our FMS dial using the outer collar initially to go down to approaches, then the inner dial, and rotate that. That brings up all of the different approach options that we've got. If we look at the ILS 427 left, hit enter, that will bring that chart up. You can use the pan control to go up and down, and then the range control to zoom in and out, much like we can on the standard maps. If you go to this chart option soft key here, you have some options to highlight specific parts of your plate, so you can look at just the header information, you can look at just the plan or the profile. Let's say you want to concentrate on the descent, or you're interested in the minimum, so this allows you to have a relatively uncluttered view of specific parts of the chart. And then of course you can bring the whole thing up. That's handy because the charts don't necessarily fit on the screen as standard. Not content at giving us a whole heap of SIDS and stars and approach plates, they have also added in their VFR and IFR charts onto the map. So if we rotate the FMS dial here and select the IFR VFR charts option, we can zoom in. So these are coming straight out of Navigraph. Again, options on the soft keys at the bottom here, so you can go IFR high for your high routes, IFR low for your low routes, or VFR charts. They've got a nice feature where you can click and drag the charts around and then hit the follow button to return. You can also import Simbrief routes that you've created. So if you go to the flight plan option here, again, rotate FMS inner dial. All of these flight plan lists here are all of the flight plans that you've created in Simbrief. You can select it, click activate, and then enter, and it will load in the flight plans that you have created. This is really nice addition to the G1000. It's great for VR, deepens the immersion, makes you feel like you're doing everything within the aircraft rather than having to move out to other sort of third-party apps, etc., which I think is just fantastic. So if you're an existing Navigraph customer, the plugin of course is totally free, so go download it. And if you're not an existing Navigraph customer, it's yet one more reason to consider being. As always, I hope you're very well wherever in the world you are. Stay safe in the skies, and I'll see you in my next one.